Alright, there we go. Yeah, can you go on the stream and see if my mic is like a good volume? So it's not quiet like last time. Literally anyone. Yo, someone check if my mic is a good volume. Literally anyone could like open the stream right now and tell me if my mic is good. Thank you. How is a Corvette bits broken? Let me see. Oh, because it says fucking row racing. GG. I fixed it. Why does this one say, what the fuck?
Guys, I'm back.
Can you go on the stream and see if my mic is a good volume?
Yeah, sure.
Let's see. Should be like double the volume as last time.
Yeah.
I need to shut down again because I need to fix.
Yeah, your volume's good.
Alright, calm. Let's go. I'll shut down that server.
Chat.
Imagine if we get EU that time. This time, we'd be so lucky.
Yeah, if only. If only. Chat, I have got food, which is cool, but I'll still be able to say stuff, of course.
This is definitely not EU.
Where the hell? Oh, I'm in the stands. Wait, I have a whole server to myself.
Yeah, I think. Wait, check your ping really quickly.
Oh, never mind. It's 200. Don't bother.
Okay. I'm gonna bring all the AMs. You know what? This is Honk's job. Honk, you did this. I'm commentating.
Yikes. Wait, do you have a full server then? Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll join that. Is it time for qualifying?
Yeah, it's amateur qualifying.
Let's go. The best qualifying.
I hate that I have to fucking host and stream at the same time.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Oh, I forgot that Obama is.
Forgot that Obama is what?
Oh, Obama did get TP'd. What is he on about, bro?
It's not gonna pick up my eating, which is good news.
As long as you have noise suppression on. I think it picks up all my breathing and shit, so it's okay.
It depends on the mic, but this one, yeah, it's noise suppressed. So
I only
it won't
have
pick it up.
noise suppression through Discord.
Yeah.
Bro, if Unified win, that's so funny. Alright.
It would be a story.
If this guy asks me if he races one more time, I'm actually gonna kick him. Alright, I'm going with Lewis Hamilton because that's my shout for pole, amateur pole, I should say. And green
Let's go,
flag.
Lewis.
Oh, the flag is green, but the
Alright.
drivers do not seem to be accelerating. Oh, here they go then. And this time, no rain, so dry tires in use, meaning drivers will be needing to make a few pit stops during qualifying.
Again, Monza, quite a tough track to master when it comes to braking points and tyre wear. So you've got to pick out your points quite
Yeah,
correctly,
you really need full
you
commitment.
cannot afford any mistakes. Mistakes can vary from like the thousandths to tenths. We see Unified there getting in a bit of a battle already. Calm down, boys. The race hasn't even started yet. And forced onto the sand goes Unified, and he loses track position. But on the track where you need slipstream, I don't think that's much of a disadvantage for Unified.
Yeah, you really need full commitment through the chicanes here. Like, that's gonna make or break your lap pretty much.
I'm seeing drivers all over the place on the grass, on the gravel. It's just, oh god, we're in for quite a good race. I think that's
It's gone on board with
Yeah.
Unified here. With these server issues in EU, we are running American servers, and I'm told that Unified is American, so he's gonna be at a really big disadvantage here.
yeah. Unfortunately, server issues have plagued us.
Let's go with
For,
Unified then.
Today,
Starting a lap, I believe. Not choosing to weave, just bombing it straight out the pits, full speed to the line. Might get held up behind some of these drivers ahead. I believe that is Obama ahead in the Sky Tempesta Ferrari, indeed it is. So you have drivers saying their first few outlaps. Let's go with Obama then, or Unified, sorry. Looks like he got a little bit of a CC through turn 1. It's not going to do his lap any wonders. And Carava Grande,
Juicy.
all about hugging the inside there, travelling the minimum distance possible.
Got to pick out the 150 brake board. Hits that.
Does
into the
get
chicane.
both
Oh, gets
CCs.
another.
You know, it's alright,
And
first
this
few
isn't
laps
shaping up.
for Unified. He's got 7 minutes to improve. If I were him, I think I would just use this lap as a learning experience. As we see ahead, Obama spins and Unified very close to hitting him there.
Well, a perfect pirouette by Obama, but Unified's, of course, caught up. His lap wasn't going to be good enough for the pole position time, definitely, but just being held up. It's these unideal moments as he goes onto the gravel. Can he save it in the scurry? Just about. And we've got a little bit of a race here. And beneath the exit of Parabolica, we have a whole field of cars wanting to warm up their tyres and start another lap. Some of it will be their first lap as Unified goes extremely wide there.
I mean, I think he
But-
does pull into the pits. I say that's the smart thing to do. Use that lap as a learning experience and go again. Make sure he has plenty of time to set faster laps.
And I think his teammate, I believe, is Sky, and he's just about to start his lap now.
Let's go on board with Sky.
Behind. I think that's the Corvette he's behind. Getting just a little bit of tow, just a little bit of slipstream down the straight, which is so ideal. Then you've got the brake heavy behind the 150, hits the apex quite nicely. Doesn't get a corner cut on the limit there. Half the car on the curb. And through Curva Grande, he's still behind that Corvette, slipstreaming ideally.
No slipstreaming quali, remember?
Oh yeah, Christ.
Be a bit
Well-
overpowered otherwise, is he? I think he's got his breaking point about right
Yeah.
there. Just taking this lap a bit cautiously, which is fair enough.
again, these have to be banker laps before the actual laps start rolling in. But I fear as though the Corvette might be just a tiny bit slower. And Sky, as he makes a massive drift, and well, his lap will be unideal
I
and
don't think he'll suffer
suboptimal.
too much from that. Just gonna hope this 27 TF Sport Chevrolet ahead of him doesn't hold him up too much. As they're coming down whatever street this is. I don't even think it has a name. One corner left then.
Just having a look at the leaderboard now, we see Kvyat in a good enough position for pole position. 143.1 as Sky now crosses the line, and we'll see where he gets up to. And he's definitely improved,
I think he's gone
I
up
believe,
to
and we have
P9? Oh no, that's unified.
Yep.
I actually can't. I
So,
don't know
I
which one
think
he is on the leaderboard. Oh, he's a
we have two
number 391,
Durs.
I think. So he's in P5. So that's a pretty good lap. 44.2. And I think the sort of pace you'll expect to see this weekend in qualifying, you want to be getting into the 141s. Track record of 141.2 set by James Rigby. And with the increased amount of drivers this race, these AMs will be under more pressure to set a good lap, as only the top 16 will advance to the race. As we see
So yeah, we're
Sky
getting some,
taking a bit of a trip through the gravel there on his in lap.
and another one.
Let's try to find another driver on a lap here. I think this might be Lewis on an out lap. No, looks like he's going full pace here. Let's go with Lewis. Oh no, definitely a out lap. Let's go with the pole sitter then, Kvyat, who's going full pace. Not sure if this is a proper lap or not, but we'll see as he comes closer and closer to the line. One corner left. Weaving, so I think it might be an out lap.
But I think he's gonna start an actual lap now.
Yeah, okay, so here we go then with Kvyat to potentially improve from his current 143.188. Charging down to turn 1. Like you say, a track where you've just all about picking out the braking points and being committed through these first two chicanes, which he does get a corner cut through, so not ideal.
Yeah, a lot of these drivers we see they're either turning in too late at the moment or just turning in a bit too early. Gonna hit the sausage curbs, which we see on the inside of the curb, and that may ruin their lap as we go into the chicane. He hits that quite nicely, and could it be that Kvyat, with 1 minute and 43 on the clock to go, is he a definite shoe-in for pole position? I think so. 2 tenths ahead of the second place driver, that being Lewis. And I think he can definitely get pole here in Monza.
Pole in the
Well, AM pole anyways.
Yeah.
Yes.
And yeah, a lot of drivers turning in too early or too late, which with the server issues and the increased ping does make it quite difficult, especially through those 2 chicanes where you've got to be committed, you've got to get your turning time right. Just coming up to
Looking like a very tidy lap for Kvyat right now.
apart from that
Can't
one
recall
mistake.
much mistakes.
Just one mistake at the first chicane. Other than that, it's looking very good, like you say.
We'll see when he crosses the line, and the detection point crosses right about now. And does he go even faster? No, he doesn't.
Well, he is about just over a 10th clear, but let's go with Lewis, see if he has anything in the bag, because I believe this is a lap, and he sends it full commitment through Lesmo too. That looked very nice, but I'm not sure what the rest of his lap looked like before that, but we'll see how he is through Ascari. Can do this flat in these cars. but he does take a little confidence lift. Not quite abusing the CCs like he could. And we are 7, 6, 5 seconds on the clock now, so last few laps for these AM drivers. As we see what is meant to be the checker flag coming out. And Lewis does go wide through the final corner, but it's not too bad. He could still improve here. Hugging the inside, trying to travel the least distance he possibly can up to the line. See what lap it is. And he does! He pips Kvyat with a mighty lap. 4 tenths clear. Very impressive. And well, I think my prediction from the start was right, because I don't see anyone else from this lot beating that.
Superb lap from Lewis there, and yeah, as you say, it doesn't look like anyone else is improving.
But
so
here, Kvyat,
I
think, is on a last attempt. These will be slightly older tyres, but the track here is quite a short lap, so he could still do something on these tyres. See how he is through Parabolica, nails the braking point. Touches the wall a bit, but it's not too bad. Kvyat could wrestle it back here, but no, pulls into the pits, so clearly not a good lap for him.
Yeah, made a little mistake in this lap, and in turn, it looks like, oh, hello, we didn't even see that. Neon,
oh, Neon?
I think. 42.2, what a supreme lap.
So on his debut as a reserve driver, Christ.
We did not have him on our cards at all, but on his debut, that's some way to make a debut, getting pole in your first ever VCL race.
And we do have a few reserve drivers in this field, including Neon and Senna, who is in Jen's car in the number 22 Red Bull liveried Ferrari, coming up to the line now. Just about to go through Parabolica. We'll see if he can do anything. He's quite timid through Parabolica. And yeah, not a lap for him. Pulls into the pit, so I think that should be it for AM qualifying. Neon stealing it in the dying stages. Impressive stuff from the reserve driver.
Yeah, very impressive. And just a good AM quali overall, as we see. We have the top 3. Separated by, well, thanks to Neon, the top 3 has been separated by like 9 tenths. So, pretty dominant showing in pole position, separated by half a second, which is just impressive from Neon with these other experienced drivers. So with a round under his belt now, Neon is on pole in the AM class, which is fantastic. So great showing from him, and now it's time for pro qualifying in just a few minutes time, so which should be very interesting.
Yeah, we've got quite a few more pro drivers this time. We've got Epic, Lexa, James Rigby, Techno Player, Warlock, promoted from AM from Silverstone up to pro based on his performance, which is no surprise there. We've got Apple, Maxi, Duck, Dev, and Weblu. So a much more stacked field compared to Silverstone, which is really nice to see.
Yeah, Warlock definitely deserves that call up there from Silverstone. An amazing performance, standout. Definitely one of the standouts from Silverstone, making his way up in an AM car with all the professional cars jockeying for position. Managed to slide on in there, gain a pretty good result as in consequence, and definitely a good promotion. We also have James Rigby here, who unfortunately, due to round 1 difficulties, couldn't really finish the race at Silverstone, but with a little bit of, well, shall we say, better ping, he looks to be a shoo-in for pole here. Let's see what he can do.
Indeed, Techno, the Italian driver, stealing that win from the British lot in Silverstone, and now I'd say James has got a very good chance here. His pace is something else. I'd say a step above Techno even. I'd say probably my prediction to win this race.
Time will tell at the moment, and gonna get the pro driver cars in a minute. Just a little bit of a hold up at the moment, but definitely a stacked. Well, both classes are stacked at the moment with how many decent drivers we have up and down the field everywhere you look.
So we have a nice camera angle for the pit lane this time. Made sure to do that when I was setting up
Oh
the
yeah,
cameras.
we can actually see stuff.
And green flag then. I think I'm gonna go on board with Techno for these first few laps. The home hero here.
Yeah, of course. Must feel nice for him. On sacred ground at the moment for him. An Italian in Monza, he'll be gaining a lot of the fan support as he goes into wall.
Interesting. Only an out lap though, no pressure, as we see a car off the outside there on turn 1. Hopefully that gets moved by the marshals.
Yeah, that needs to be cleared soon, because that is somewhat on the racing line. If someone hits that, then they'll be in trouble as Techno just goes on the gravel
Yeah, I
there.
think that was a lag spike, because I got one at the exact same time there.
Yeah, me too.
And I think that was one of the row racing BMWs blasting off into the distance there, not bothering to save his tyres. Not sure who that was. We'll see if we can find them.
Now, what's interesting to note here is in the Sky cars, you see James Rigby and Epic, who are just kind of weaving across the place, trying to get the warmth into their tyres, trying to get the brakes hot as well, just so they can stop on their marks on time. But they are practically side by side ahead of the rest of the field, I believe.
I think one
Just
of the
trying to gain-
BMWs did disappear off into the background, so I think that would be the first car starting the laps, not these Tempesta Ferraris.
Epic giving his teammate just a little bit of a nudge there, just to say that he's in front. And as we know, James Rigby likes to start off his laps next to his teammates just to get a little bit of a racing line on point.
I mean, he's done
And
enough
see-
practice this weekend. Don't think he needs it. As we see this
And could
camera
we s-
angle, which is interesting because the cars sort of just disappear over the crest.
But definitely watch out for these Sky cars. They're definitely some of the fastest on the pro grid at the moment, and fastest on grid in general. Any one of them could get pole position here today.
Yeah, just building the heat into their tyres. And these 3 Ferraris here and the BMW, not spacing out much, as we see Weblu entering this group as well. These guys are creating a bit of a traffic jam here, and some of them are going to be wanting to get some space, as now James does go. And let's go on board with James then for this lap. Just preserving his
backed off a little bit
tyres.
there.
Preserving his tyres still a bit. He's gonna, I think,
And once he crosses the pit lane, he should be
disable the limiter at the last possible
gone now.
moment so that he can get the maximum possible tyre life. Starting his lap then. Let's go on board with James. Albeit on a slightly increased ping, but still should be a fast lap you'd expect. Nails the braking point. Turning in beautifully, clipping both apexes nicely. Not quite using all the track on the exit there, but just playing it a little bit safe in these slightly strange conditions. We'll see how he is through the Della Rosa chicane. Braking about at that shadow just after, and he goes deep, so forced to go through the CC. It's not going to be good for his lap, but he will continue on through Lesmo 1. Have to ride the curb through there. Hope it doesn't give the car too much rotation. Same with Lesmo 2. And now we've got a full power blast towards Ascari under the old oval layout. Should be hoping to do Ascari flat like I said, but some drivers taking a confidence lift. We'll see what he does, and does indeed flat out. Getting good
That's
rotation there.
perfect.
Yeah, just
On the limit stuff.
minimizing the distance that he has to travel. It's been a good lap apart from that corner cut at the Della Rosa chicane. We'll see how it is through Parabolica. Ooh, gets a bump on the green Astro on the outside, but still can get a nice late apex there and get the power down.
Had a little bit of a compromised inside line there for Parabolica. Didn't really hit the apex as intended, but this looks like a very good lap nonetheless. Where does he go? To 143.5. Quickly beaten by Webley's 42.3.
And I think James will now should be an in lap for him. Unless as he nails turn 1. Unless he can do this lap really nicely, then I think it might be worth staying out to see if he can go even better. We'll go on board with someone else. Techno then. Oof, a bit wide.
Techno splits Weblu and James initially, but quickly, crucially in fact, Warlock slots into P2 there in his debut for the Pro class by like a couple of thousandths in it as well, which is incredible to see that these drivers are pushing better and better and better on the limit, and the gap between them is so minuscule.
Yeah, Techno really hammering that Della Rosa chicane. Like gets a bit of a slide on Lesmo 1. Shouldn't hurt his lap time too much. Absolutely nails the apex of Lesmo 2. I think this will be a good lap for Techno.
Flat there.
Yeah, almost, but not quite. And especially with the tyre wear, definitely not. And full flat for
Ascari once again flat out, and of course Techno, our race winner, I believe, from round 1, won it comfortably. Can he replicate a similar result here today?
That daring,
maybe with another insane strategy, yeah. But on pace, we know that Techno is one of the best in the field. Let's see what this lap can muster up for him.
Coming up to the line then with Techno, we'll see what he gets. Can he improve? Yes, he can. Goes to the front, but not by much. So it's now a Kessel Racing 1-2.
Very dominant force, aren't they? The two Kessel Racing cars. Techno takes a little bit of a spin there.
James did improve after that initial bad lap, now sitting only a 10th. Or just over 2 tenths off Techno. I think this will be an in lap for him. See if we can find anyone else on a lap. Got Jen, who said he wouldn't race, but is, I guess.
And you can just see like a field of BMWs and Porsches behind Jen right now as he just comes out the pit lane, and his sole focus is to warm up his tyres.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to hit this lot if you're on a hot lap.
Crucial hot lap coming up for Jen, as we know he can have the pace. We saw it in Silverstone, making a mighty comeback, and unfortunately had it a bit taken away from him, maybe limited to true potential in Silverstone. But as we know that he's capable of such speeds, watch out for him. He definitely has the pace for like top 5 here today. Let's see if that prediction could come true.
I think this might be James starting a lap. A few drivers behind him doing the same. James, I'm not sure. Oh yeah, definitely. It goes wide, gets a spin and resets. I think that would be him done for qualifying then. A best of P3, but you would expect some of the drivers behind him to be improving.
And I think Techno has also started the lap on the main straight now. Just gone past the pit lane. Brakes at 150 and takes a nice little apex there, almost on the gravel for him. and just about to go into Curva Grande now. Nice, easy, flat out section, and his peripheral vision will be locked into that 150-meter braking board. Maybe even just before that. He takes a later braking zone into the 100-meter braking board and still plants his car perfectly on the apex. A nice, tidy lap for him now. Just on the limit of the gravel there. Takes a nice little lift into Lesmo 2, and now it's just another flat out point underneath the bridge that separates the main course of the track between the oval. And of course, Ascari should be flat out in these pro classes. Takes a nice inside line there. Hopefully that doesn't warrant a CC. It has not.
It's looking good for
And now as
Techno.
wide as possible. Session has finished, but right now, just currently on the limit on the grass there. Maximizing your exit for Parabolica. Does he hit the wall? No, that was perfectly executed by Techno. And this should be a very good lap for him today in front of the whole crowd. Let's see where this puts him. Can it be a solidified pole position? He just doesn't go faster.
I'm not sure he needs to though. Don't think anyone else is improving. Got Pigeon. I don't think he'll be a threat. Maybe one of the BMWs. We'll go with Dev, who currently sits in P6, would ideally like to improve. Gets a bit of a slide on for Ascari. I believe that's Epic Lexia in front of him. Yeah, Epic currently all the way down in 10th. Definitely he'd like to improve. See if Epic can get the job done on this lap then, as he rides the curb perfectly through Parabolica. Coming up to the line then for Epic for the final time in qualifying. See if he can get up front. And Epic Lexia goes P5, so that is a good improvement for him from 10th to 5th. See what Jen can
pretty
do.
good lap.
P9 right now. Also, I would imagine, like to improve coming up to the line. And can't improve, so that's going to be not a great start for Jen.
By the looks of it, I think that is pro quali over, unless I'm mistaken. Somebody could be on another lap, for all I know.
I believe that's it, because the two circulating right now, I believe, crossed after the checkered flag got shown. Could be mistaken though.
I think that's it. So, looks like pro quali's finished. Techno, once again showing his prowess in pace here in round 2. He already showed it off in Silverstone, and now gets pole position here in Monza with a scintillating lap time of 1:42.3. That's exactly the lap time we expected from these main drivers. And of course Webblue just slots in there in P2. A couple of hundredths and thousandths in between the two drivers, just showing their consistency at the top of the leaderboard. And with that, the teammates get 1 and 2, with James Rigby slotting in right behind in P3. And of course, Warlock on his pro class debut gets a nice nifty little P4 there. Definitely been one of the surprises of the season thus far in its beginning.
Yeah, just showing why he deserved that call up to the pro class. And it's gonna be an interesting lap 1, turn 1, I'd say. Definitely expecting a bit of chaos. You know, these drivers will try to be as clean as possible, but with 16 cars charging down towards turn 1 at Monza, well, it never really ends well, does it?
No, unfortunately. Especially if you get like cold brakes. In that case, you got a whole field ahead of you. And, well, it could be a bowling accident at that point. So yeah, a lot of drivers will be needing to lift just to avoid that bit of danger, compromising their race and others as well. But hopefully they'll remember their manners and just be clean.
Oh, we got the Romula commentator. I'm gonna put him up here. I didn't notice his DM.
Oh, okay.
I didn't see your DM. Sorry.
Yeah, well, appreciate you nonetheless. Pleasure to join you both.
Good to
And
have you.
excited for this. Excited for this race, man. How's my audio quality, by the way? I just
I mean,
plugged up the
it's not the
headset.
best, but it will do.
I found underwater.
You're fine.
Okay.
You don't need a studio type mic, it's all good.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, definitely
need to restart.
no rain here.
People saying rain. Nah, mate, it's blue skies.
No rain. Blue skies as far as the eye can see.
Okay, here we go.
It's gonna be 24 laps.
How long's the lap time? Just
1 minute 41 is the record, but race pace is gonna be like, I don't know, 44, 45 maybe.
okay, just wondering because I might need to depart mid-race. I'll do maybe like I could do like 75% of the race and then I'll have to leave if that's okay. You
Yeah.
still got like 2 commentators, so it's all good.
Yeah, that's all good.
Cold. All right.
We have a lot of drivers.
Looks like we'll be. Yeah. Oh man, got a bit of the madness on our hands here. Oh man.
Yeah, we definitely got more drivers than the last race at Silverstone, which is always good to see. A nice balanced mix of AM class and pro class, so should be varying levels of consistency here. Some of the drivers haven't even completed the full race yet, so we'll see how it goes.
Trying to find the championship standings.
I think there'll be in a standings channel in the spreadsheet. I'll send you the link in DMs.
Oh, I see it here. Okay, cool. Oh, safety rating.
It'll be on the second like tab of it.
So I was about to say you're leading the championship. Oh my.
Yeah, nah.
Okay, techno. Okay, cool.
Got a nice queue in the pit lane. Topped by the walking horse BMWs. We've got Epic Lexa, Sky Tempesta Ferrari, and the Otabu Lamborghini, and then Obama impressively made it through to the top 16 in his debut.
Mama. Oh, wow.
Technically,
Got
TF Sport.
former president. Great. Amazing.
Yeah, yeah. Got
Absolutely.
two Proton competition Mustangs and one slightly further back. We've got, I think that's Seneki in the filling in for Jen in the Emil Frey Ferrari, and then Lewis, who's fighting for that AM pole in the 88 McLaren, and we have Hortabu, who should not be racing.
Interesting. But yeah, on the topic of Obama, I've been really impressed with him thus far, making it into top 16. We already know his prowess in these sorts of competitions in terms of tank chassis. So yeah, he's really done a lot today, especially in the AM class. A lot of AM drivers on pace at the moment, so like I say, it looks like a very consistent field. Let's just see how they are actually racing each other.
Yeah, that's the really interesting part of this league is the added challenge, not only of really being the fastest one, but really who can have the racecraft. I mean, we've seen Technos dominated leagues before purely on pace, but the racing challenge, that's going to be so interesting. I think that's really the gripping aspect of this championship. We'll definitely have to see how it develops.
Especially in the mid-pack as well. We saw from Silverstone an incredible mid-pack tussle during the climax of the race for like positions 6 and all the way down to P10. Just a constant back and forth. It was very entertaining to watch for the viewers and us collectively. So we'll see how that goes, as I think we're getting ready to line up and soon get this race underway.
I think we will have a little outlap / formation lap thing to let their tyres get warmed up, because you would not want to do turn 1 lap 1 on cold tyres.
And brakes as well.
Well, I wish we had brake temperatures. Maybe something for next season.
It's also down to how the drivers need to like kind of respond to challenges, like someone may brake late, brake early, just kind of need to lift into turn 1 and just try not get overtaken from there. And then, well, there's bound to be an accident, I know it, but we'll just see who cracks first.
It'll be interesting to see this race develops. Who's gonna feel the pressure of those tires? Monza maybe not known the most for being such a harsh track on tires, but definitely in the, I believe this is the shorter format, right? This isn't the hour race, right?
We had to shorten it a bit because of Formula 1 and the server issues, but this is technically an endurance race, just 20 minutes shorter. So 40 minutes.
Right, yeah, 40-minute race. That's going to be very interesting. Silverstone definitely had some very interesting tire strategy. We saw Techno surging through the field there with the late pit stop. We'll see the drivers as they adapt to these strategies. It's going to be less than just how quickly they can do the race, but how quickly they can come through the field. Just another added challenge of a collision league. It's going to be very interesting. We'll see if everybody goes for that strategy, or maybe a few will just leg it out, as looks like we're going to start on the formation lap here in a bit.
Just so you know, cameras, if you use a spectate system, you can press 1, 2, 3, and 4 to change between the cameras. One is like the one is a zoomed out, so you can use that to watch like battles or race start. 2 is zoomed in if you want to watch one car. 3 is blimp cam, and then 4 is on board.
Oh, okay, awesome.
And if you can't see anyone in the spectate list, just reset and they should appear, hopefully.
Okay, I think I'm all good for now. I think for next week's stream will be pretty snazzy.
So just waiting on a bit of organization to go on here.
I think it's the last few drivers, right? The back of the grid. That's why they're there. They're not the greatest, so use a little bit of patience.
will be seeing a few of the drivers from qualifying departing as only the top 16 advance. Just check the results to see who goes out. So we will be losing Jen, who I don't think was going to be racing anyway. Alhoa, Apple, Mono, and I have no clue who that is, but FLO. Don't know who that is.
Neither.
It's sometimes a bit difficult to figure out who someone is based on the first 3 letters of their name. Hopefully, nearly getting ready to go here.
I think a lot of people just being told to move up and line up, which they seem to be struggling with at the moment, especially the newer drivers just trying to get to grips. And I think that's like a stricken Chevrolet there on the side. Don't know who that belongs to.
Alright, there we go. 16 drivers. With a Lamborghini parked in the pit lane for some reason.
Car's stricken all over, it's amazing.
Wait, so I think you should like park like Lambo into a
Here we go.
pit garage.
Do you want me? I think I should get rid of that Corvette as well.
Is that neon on pole? Are my eyes deceiving me?
No, that is definitely neon. I was also kind of surprised, but
Hang on, wait, what? We got a neon on pole. Oh, because he's done.
Yeah.
He's. What? Okay.
I don't think the Lamborghini can be moved. Like, it's currently stuck on the pits,
I'll give it a shot.
which is interesting. Yeah, you can give it a shot whilst we get ready to go green here in Monza.
I can't
so.
move it.
Oh, and Techno, I don't know what just happened. Techno completely off the circuit, and he is having a rough time of things right now. He's had to rejoin way back in the pack. Yeah, not sure how that's going to affect his tire warm-up, but we're at a very interesting part of the race here. All the drivers are trying to warm up their tires as much as possible prior to getting on the grid. And really, this is going to be a critical moment because what you will want is, of course, warm tires, but this isn't just any circuit. This is Monza. So turn 1 is always going to be manic. No one wants to be the causer of an incident. So to get your tires warm, to have that grip is going to be a critical moment. It's going to be interesting to see just how much these drivers are going to be willing to do. And we already seen one struggle with that in Techno. I don't know. Well, he's made his way back now, but not ideal for sure.
You know, of course, we got to watch out for the teammates of Techno and Webblue as well. Oh my god,
man.
he's hit someone else as well.
I'm not sure what's going on here, but he's just wiped a large
Input issues.
Jesus Christ. I think the FIA are going to have something to say about that because this is... Driving standards on display here are very interesting.
But all of this, weirdly enough, is playing into Neon's hands now as he has a clear distance between him. And if Techno's going to be P2 and acts like this for the whole race, he could be in a spot of trouble. And that would be music to Webb and James's ears, who are P3 and P4 respectively, who might want to try and make another position here.
And even bigger, this is our championship leader, and oh man, he's already not had the ideal start that he would want at his home race, mind you, here at Monza. Oh man, this could be a nightmare Grand Prix. We'll have to see. Everyone now is
approaching Parabolica now, getting ready to go green. A lot of drivers have heated up their tires. Oh, it is a standing start, I thought so. So, we're going to be standing here in Monza. A lot of drivers still trying to catch up to the field. But everyone just seems a bit bunched up right now. So a little bit of extra minutes just to get those brakes nice and hot, then tires nice and hot, and of course, anyone who drives lap 1 in Monza must know the difficulties of surging up the field. So we'll see how it goes. Some drivers will take it cautiously, some will think, nah, I'm just going to go for it. And that's what we love about Monza.
Neon's going to be hoping the back lot don't take too long to get to the grid, as we see one of the Ferraris having a spin in the background.
Very direct orders for a cautious turn 1. We'll see what happens. Techno struggling with connection issues. Monza being Monza as it is, it's going to be very interesting. I don't think we're all going to make it cleanly.
Alright, here we go then. Red lights coming on. See who gets the good start. Looks like Neon. Oh no, Neon gets a terrible start.
No!
No.
And that's 3 Ferraris straight away past Neon. As we see another Ferrari in the background having an issue. But side by side then, James is going to try get past Techno here, profiting off Weblu's mistake. And the top 2 are going to be almost going side by side through Curva Grande up to Della Roger. See who comes out ahead here.
Oh my god, they are door to door, side by side as they head into the chicane. It's going to be the last of the late breakers. Techno seems to... Oh, but he's overjudged the corner. Oh!
Oh!
And we've got chaos there as we nearly going 4 wide, but everyone does seem to make it through, and that's put just Maxi from absolutely nowhere, but he spins on the exit. So James straight up then. And James definitely one of the drivers with extremely good race pace, so the few behind him are going to want to keep him in check here. Otherwise, I think he will just shoot off straight away.
James with quite the advantage so far as he heads into Ascari chicane. Neon following him, and then we have Maxi, Pigeon, and Warlock, your top 5.
Unfortunately, all of this means Techno is as far back as Sebi, as he just gives Sebi a little tap and he goes into the wall. Alongside Epiclex here, who's fallen way back. They're behind some of the AM classes right now. Techno behind Lewis, and that is just such an unideal start for the hometown hero.
We'll go back with James then, who has Neon right behind him, going to get the slipstream all the way up the straight. Could be getting the move done before we even get to turn 1 here. Pulls out, he's going to have a run, edging James here, edging ahead. And it's going to be who can break the latest into turn 1 then, and it looks like James does keep the position. As Neon under a bit of pressure by Maxi now. And Maxi does indeed get past.
Oh, it's going to be interesting to see how these leaders manage. Monza, known as the Temple of Speed, so many straights, so much slipstream to be used here. The gaps that'll open up will be interesting. Will Techno be able to make up the time? There's not much skill gap here at a track like Monza. It's mostly just straights, slipstream, and a few chicanes. But here we've seen that many corners, they don't really require much braking to honestly make them. Much racing line isn't really needed. So will the leaders now be able to pull away? We see Neon, the top 3 here. They've kind of pulled away from that back group there. Warlock, Pigeon. Behind them, there's quite a gap as Neon goes for it on Maxi, and Maxi seems to just let him through before the Ascari chicane.
And we've got some interesting tyre choices here. I think with this shortened race to 40 minutes, we're going to see some usage of the softs towards the ends. So these medium runners potentially looking to a medium to soft, which will be stretching the tyres quite far. But these medium runners will definitely have the pace in these opening laps, as James is really starting to consolidate his lead now, trying to break out of slipstream range. And Maxi and Neon are going to have to work together here to try and keep up, I would say.
That would be the ideal thing to do, which is why you got to make these moves count. This early into the race, like we saw James there with that routine move on Neon.
We have 2 wide
Late
in the
braking.
background here. 2 by 2 going into turn 1. We'll see how this ends with the 2 Fords, BMW and Ferrari. And ooh, the number 69 Ford just turning in there, and Floppy gets a massive slowdown penalty. That's going to put him right down to the back, I think. Or no, there are 2 Ferraris behind him even. I believe that's Techno and Epic Lexa, some of the front runners all the way at the back then. It's not going to be good for their race. Or no, not Epic Lexa, it's Obama. I'm not even sure who it is anymore, to be honest.
Epic Lexer, 3 overtakes in one corner, exiting the De La Roggia chicane and now into the first Lesmo. The 4 drivers pushed each other clear off. Epic Lexer taking advantage, and now he's put himself up into, I believe, P11.
We
Well
have
done.
spinning Ford ahead, I believe an altercation between the Proton Ford and the Kessel Ferrari. As we come up to a
Just
Sky.
Max.
Ooh, contact between the two, and big crash into the wall, 3 cars off, and
Oh.
another big crash there. And we have a virtual safety
And that's
car,
empty.
and they're still crashing into each other. Oh my words. Massive
That
incident
might
there.
be upgraded there.
Weblu taking quite a few smacks there. I'm not sure what entirely happened, but man, this the first big one in VCL history. This is insane.
I mean, we did see that incident into the old pits at Silverstone, but I'd say that one definitely tops it with 5 cars. Ooh, coming in a massive collision.
The drivers are forced to slow down here. James is not going to be happy about that. He had quite the lead there, I think about maybe a second and a half, and Neon and Maxi looked like they were towing off each other just to try and catch him up. His entire lead now is going to be gone. He's going to really have to nail this restart if he wants to retain his lead. Those drivers behind him are going to be pushing.
And I believe that's Weblu coming out of the pits in the background, you can just see there. So Weblu, I think, goes from the mediums onto the hards, so he might be looking to go to the ends here. Could we see Weblu be a massive comeback all the way back up through the field after that massive incident?
It's an interesting strategy, very interesting strategy.
Well, only time will tell, won't it? We've seen interesting strategies before in round 1 at Silverstone, where Techno made that last gasp strategy to eventually take the win here. And
Yeah.
just currently alternating back and forth at the moment. So definitely watch out. And I think, yeah, that is Kvyat right now, currently in P5, which is amazing considering how many positions he's made up, and Lewis. So we're going to see those AM class drivers working together to try and take the positions off the pro class. So quite a mixed up field here today,
Yeah,
which is interesting to see.
Neon, a massive surprise, a reserve driver signed on short notice for this race, showing potentially that he's going to get promoted straight away up to the pros, just like Warlock did, who's now sitting down in P8, so not a good start for Warlock. He's going to be looking to make up some positions here.
It's going to be interesting to see when the drivers are able to go back racing. James is going to be hoping it's anywhere but the main straight. He's going to need to get away before the long main straight, because all those drivers are going to have a lot of time to tow and potentially take his lead away. It's going to be interesting to see what the stewards do here. Oh, and it's ending.
It's ending. We'll be going green, I believe, after the Ascari chicane. So he's still going to have to deal with the 2 BMWs getting his slipstream up to Parabolica then. We'll see when it gets going.
It's very unideal for him as he's got to battle the straight line speeds.
Oh,
And yeah,
stewards confirm we are starting on the main straight, so James is going to have to defend hard into turn 1.
Yeah, controversial decision here. I'm not so sure. For me personally, as a driver, as soon as the track is clear, we should be going racing. I very much feel for James here, but as a driver, you can only control what you can control. And James is just going to have to defend like mad once we get back going on the main straight.
well, he has a point to prove.
As we see
At
all
the
the
moment, currently
drivers weaving, trying to get some heat in before the start. James is going to want to hope that the green flag gets shown as late as possible here, and I think we might see even more chaos than lap 1 potentially, as the cars are nose to tail now compared to the spaced out grid boxes of the start.
You've got to make sure you're not rendered the sitting duck here. But of course, with his lead chopped off, who knows what goes on as we're about to go green in just a few seconds' time.
James looks to be defending the inside early as they go back green. James, he gets a very good acceleration Neon is right on his tail, but they're already side by side as they head down into the first corner. James back to the outside. Doesn't look like anyone's going to send any crazy dive bombs there. They all mostly make it through to turn one professionally.
That is impressive from this lot of drivers, I have to say, surviving turn one with those gaps. But Maxi has gotten past Neon. Neon suffering from a corner cut in turn one, so Maxi now the one that's doing the chasing on James. And he closes in the braking through there, but James just has that exit so well down.
And Lewis Hamilton is spinning off in the background.
As we see, yeah, another incident with the Ferraris. Not been a good weekend for some of these drivers today.
Oh, and Maxi, he goes wide at the second Lesmo. He's allowed Pigeon to get past him. We'll see as they head down into Ascari. Is Maxi going to make the overtake? He's closing, gaining on the Porsche driver into Ascari, but it's a flat-out corner, so it doesn't look like he's going to have much of an opportunity to overtake, and they are as they were heading into the Parabolica now.
Yeah, and we see another gap forming behind the top three then, so similar situation to before the virtual safety car, but now instead of Neon we have Duck or Pigeon, whichever bird his name is, I don't remember.
It's very interesting. James now.
Yeah, James is going to have to weave like crazy to make sure that Pigeon doesn't get on, but I don't think it's working as Maxi just gives him a little bit of a bum trap and almost into the wall there for Pigeon. And that will not be ideal at all as James Rigby currently breaks and he holds on to the lead after the start finish straight for just a few seconds more than he wants.
He gets bump drafted there a little bit on the exit of the chicane. It looks like it's Maxi.
Massive crash!
And they taped and they touch. Oh, Pigeon is completely off the track there. And Maxi, what is he doing?
We're seeing Weblu, like I said, has made the comeback and he's now into this sort of secondary group here and has the inside on Dev and does get the move done before Lesmo won, but goes wide and we have two cars on his inside now. And we see a few cars off in the background. Dev does back out there, but looks for the cutback. He is going to get it, and we're going 3 wide on the straight before Ascari. Hopefully, well, one of these drivers is probably going to have to back out into Ascari, otherwise this isn't ending well. And indeed, Dev does back out.
Pandemonium is
wide.
Just sand there.
Oh my gosh, and Dev gets absolutely swarmed there on the exit of Ascari. It's 2x2, Noah's Ark as they head into Parabolica here.
And Dev, Weblu, sorry, looking for that move on Warlock. Or does he bide his time? He does. Doing a sensible thing, waiting for that long run into turn 1. Oh, but he does make it around the outside because Warlock gets a CC there. So Weblu, now the leader of this train, he's going to be begging for Pigeon slipstream because he's got a almighty gaggle of cars behind him.
James, by the way, with a 1.2 second lead. He is absolutely storming the circuit with a 4-second gap back to P3. He is going to be very much chilling. Oh, as they go into turn 1, 2x2 yet again.
Oh!
Does manage to get it going.
Pandemonium in Monza.
He's not lost as much as the first incident, but still not ideal for
God!
Weblu. Oh no!
The other Mustangs, they're completely off. Drivers flipping off left and right here. Now as we go into the De La Roggia chicane, Epic Lex are taking it very cautiously as we get yellow flags. No question for why. Oh man, the driving standards have been so high, but of course it's racing. They're going to push each other beyond the limit, and we see 2 Mustangs going just beyond.
There's 2 Mustangs getting that big slowdown there. I'm not sure what they were doing, to be honest. Bit of silly driving going on there. We're trying.
And how that many drivers got involved as well. Almost an entirety of the field have been involved in some instance, some way or another. So everyone is just on their absolute limit. Of course, you have to be a Monza in order to make up positions, but we didn't think it would be that much. And how that wasn't a big of a crash at Curva Grande, I have no idea. Drivers expertly getting out of the way of any danger there. So great reaction times from everyone.
And we've got another battle brewing on the main straight here. Hopefully this one doesn't end the same going into turn 1. Got Kvyat and Epic Legsa and Dev side by side going into turn 1. And they do responsibly get back into single file again. Ooh, Dev
Ooh,
does
that
get
is
the
holding up
CC
Neon
there.
there.
It's going to invite Neon up the inside, maybe no, backs out. Kvyat going to try and hang it around the outside of Dev through the Cava Grande. Ooh, and another one off the Cava Grande. Dev.
And I think that's almost hit Sebi there, and Neon will be licking his lips at that as Kvyat gets a little bit of a CC, but in turn Neon does as well, and this brings Lewis into the equation as well as Weblu. I think Lewis will be now surging up inside. Yes, he does. And up into Lesmo 2. Can he get one on Neon? No, chooses to go single file again. Wait for him
And
to
the
go a
Dev
bit
is
wide, and he has.
Yeah, Dev just on the escape road there, complaining about Kvyat, who did indeed absolutely brutalize him.
really struggling there. That is not ideal. And somehow, despite winning the first round in Silverstone in such amazing fashion, we see Techno at his home race sitting down in second to last. This is an absolute disaster for the Italian driver.
Looking further ahead, you've got nose to tail stuff between Kvyat, Neon and Weblu going into Parabolica. We'll see who comes out ahead here. Looks like they're just going a little bit wide there. And we've got the sun really starting to come down here, so we are going to be racing into the night. And that is going to blind the drivers a little bit going into turn 1.
Hopefully they keep their wits about him. We won't be wanting to see any more incidents. We've had quite our fair share. Very entertaining stuff. But of course, we're here for the racing. As Kvyat and Neon go side by side into turn 1. Neon with an amazing move down into that corner. Very well done. And it's going to leave Kvyat vulnerable to Weblu, who just doesn't seem to have the pace there as they go on the Curva Grande.
And that is the sort of racing that you want to see. Respectful, clean, through the chicanes. But it's not over yet. Through the Della Roger. Kvyat looking up the inside, gets the job done as Neon goes wide, but he gets on the gravel and spins almost, recovers the car.
Karma.
Yeah, you'd have to say that is a little bit of karma there for Kvyat.
Lady Luck not on Kvyat's side right now, as we saw quite before with Kvyat. Oh, what's happened now? I think Warlock's had a little bit of it. He's flipped! I don't believe it!
Warlock
At the
flipped
chicane.
over the sausage curbs at the chicane. Virtual safety
we
car
have a
deployed. Another virtual safety car.
Another
that
twist.
is tragedy for Warlock. Promoted to the pro class this race.
And I tell you what,
And James.
That is not
yeah, James is not going to be happy with the way this race is unfolding. 2 virtual safety cars. Both times he would had a sizable lead. Could we see
yet
some
again.
pit strategy here now?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. We saw Weblu. He pitted so early, and yet he's come out. He was last. Now he's 7th. So is this going to be the strategy? It's going to be interesting to see. And most drivers seem to be committing for the pit stop now. Actually, everyone now going into the pit lane. Will be interesting to see Weblu. Will he now take the net lead?
It's going to be a double stack for the Sky Tempesta Ferraris, and they do get it done cleanly. Oh, as James collides with the McLaren on his way out, that's not going to be good for him, as you've got chaos in the pit lane here.
Oh my goodness, and it's chaos, and this is going to cost James the lead. He had done so well, had a 2.4 second advantage. Now he's demoted to 2nd place, all because of a pit stop. Very disappointing there.
And these drivers will have to use at least 2 different compounds here. And to be honest, I didn't really remember what tyres they were on before, but I'm assuming they've all just switched, whether they were on the hards to the mediums or gone from the mediums to the hards.
Yeah, it looks like it. We'll definitely check the stream back. But Weblu, for some reason now, has pitted yet again for the medium compound. So despite pitting earlier, completing his pit obligation, he's gone back into the pits. Could have taken the net lead. He's decided to pit again. I wonder what the reasoning behind that is.
I mean, I guess he just wants those tyres, because in a massive pack like this, if you're even showing a little sign of weakness, you're just going to get eaten up.
Wet Blue, I mean, Warlock now catching up to the back of the grid. I guess he's got an unflip now, and he is making his way back to the back. So probably once he rejoins, we'll go racing again. James, very unfortunate for him. Now he'll be on the opposite side. Maxi will be hoping that he does not have to go until after the the main straight. What's going on here? Okay.
Trying to see if I can spectate James. I can't actually find him.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
there
not
he
working
is.
for me.
There he is.
Oh.
Alright, so we
As
have
we have this time order, meanwhile, we got Lewis Hampton, who's made yet another comeback in this race, shall we say, after the third safety car in this race, which has again been caused by another major incident. But these AM drivers are really gonna coming into their prowess of racing here, despite the separation in class. But right now they're pretty consistent for the meanwhile.
and I'll tell you
Got
what, it's
Lewis
good to
and
see.
Kvyat.
Good to see, despite all the incidents that have happened, we still have 16 cars out there, so no one rage quitting. Everyone understands this is an endurance race, and even if you do have an incident, you've got time to make up the positions afterwards, especially with these virtual safety cars bunching the pack up.
Oh, and it's ending yet again, so it looks like we'll be going green again on the main straight. This very interesting decision by the stewards yet again, but it makes for good racing. We'll definitely be anticipating this restart.
Yeah, so
And
we've
with
got
James being a relentless character on a restart, a virtual safety car restart, he will be looking to siege into the lead here. But of course, he has the possibility of being overtaken by Pigeon, who has the possibility of being taken by Weblu. So a pretty massive domino effect going on here, and we'll just have to wait and see what the outcome is.
So we've got
Yeah.
Maxi.
Oh,
as
Maxi goes off.
a bit of a lag spike, I think that must be. He's gonna try and get to the front, which I think he will do there. So we've got Maxi, James, Pigeon, Weblu, and Lewis, your top 5 going into turn 1. We'll be watching the flags to see when they get going then, as we're coming up to the halfway point here.
When will they go green? Maxi will be hoping it is as late as possible. James, contrary to how he was on the first restart, he'll be hoping it's as early as possible. He'll be wanting it now as they go green yet again. And James, once again, gets a very good restart. He's already on the inside of Maxi. Behind them, Pigeon and with Kvyat and Lewis Hamilton, they're going just about 3 wide. Down into turn 1, James, he's a bit narrow there. And the drivers mostly keep it calm again. And no major incidents to report in turn 1.
So unfortunately there, Dark dropping down about 3 positions, as James is now putting Maxi under pressure, going to be looking for a move into the Della Rosa chicane on the outside here, but backs out. I think the smart thing to do there, probably going to want to escape from this pack, which are coming behind him. And Weblu, who had that incident at the start, now up onto the overall podium.
Wow.
So an incredible
Very
comeback for
impressive
Weblu.
recovery from him. Yeah, I was about to say, as we're at 50% race distance, if the amount of laps stay as they
I think we're
are.
going to see... Oh, I don't know what happened in the background there. A few drivers going wide. I think they all made it through okay. But we'll be focusing on this lead battle as James heaping the pressure on Maxi. Maxi unable to break away like James does. I think James just has the superior pace here, as Maxi's trying to do everything he can to break the slipstream, but he comes across the nose of James. Not going to cost him too much, but that could have been a lot worse.
Wow, absolute drama everywhere you look. Every nook and cranny, there's always some bit of action going on here, which is why we love Monza. And now this will be perfect in the eyes of Weblu, who has that little bit of slipstream. Can see the outside currently being open. In fact, the middle of the track's being open. And is he going to take a smart lunge on the outside, or is he going to wait for it? Let's see.
He's going to try it on the outside here. Gets it on the brakes. James has to leave him the room. And James forced wide into a spin.
no.
Collects Weblu. Unfortunate for Weblu there. That is...
Just as we were saying, he's made it through the field.
Yeah.
He just gets absolutely shafted again. Oh, man.
Poor Weblu. But James now He's got a bit of a gap to Maxi, so James is going to have to defend from this lot whilst trying to hopefully catch up to Maxi.
I think Maxi has to be reported to the stewards for that. I mean, that was an absolutely shocking move on the exit to force James completely off. And then,
Ooh.
I mean, as a result, Weblu's been sent to the back of the field. They'll definitely be having to have a look at that.
As we see some of the drivers, oh, Epic Lexa gets all over the gravel and hits the wall. It's going to be a massive spin for him, but he does manage to get going, thankfully. Not going to be another virtual safety car for that one. We've got this pack coming into Ascari then, all nose to tail. Kvyat at the lead of it. A few drivers off through the gravel, but keeping it on track for the most part. I think that's Lewis. Yeah, Lewis looking for the outside on Pigeon here. Potentially at Parabolica. See if you can get it done on the outside. That would be an amazing move. And they're still side by sides.
Stewards saying they're going to adjust the tolerance for virtual safety cars. They're trying to get to the end of this race distance, which makes sense. It's going to be interesting to see now how the drivers manage themselves, as we've had quite a few incidents now, but we're getting to the closing stages of the race.
So going 3 wide into turn 1 here. Kvyat on the inside. Pigeon just about stays ahead. And looks like a big beneficiary for that was Epic Lexa, making his way past 2 cars, but now on the outside for Curva Grande, backs out. Probably the smart thing to do there around Kvyat, who has assassinated quite a few cars today. Still this pack, nose to tail. Lewis taking to the escape
in a nice
there.
way.
Epic Lexa forcing his way through on Kvyat. Kvyat gets an unfortunate slowdown. Oh man, the race review. I would hate to be in that steward's room.
It's going to be a long
Well, at
night
least
for
the
me
highlights
looking at the
really
penalties
will
as
be packed.
Epic Lexa sends it up the inside of Pigeon. Robust move there. There's more. We have more cars off into the gravel in the background. I think these high ping servers making it a bit difficult here. We've got side by side into Ascari once more, but Pigeon does back out. Sensible thing to do there, you'd have to say.
Smart move.
Yeah.
Smart driving.
Yeah, very smart move.
Ooh, another BMW.
Somebody is way off in the back.
Yeah, I think that's Dev going wide in the background, but thankfully keeps it. He's going to be giving his teammate slipstream here, giving Neon the slipstream into Parabolica to help protect him.
Man, Weblu, Kvyat are side by side in Parabolica, bumping doors very much there.
But Weblu does come out ahead, so Kvyat going to be looking for a run here, but we've got a bit of a slipstream train forming as Dark gets a slipstream from Epic, Weblu gets a slipstream from Dark. Kvyat maybe getting a bit frustrated here. Will he go for it? Does not. Ooh, Duck, a bit of a poor exit there. It's going to put Weblu onto his tail. Weblu looking for a move around the outside here. He's going to have to carry the momentum into the Della Roja.
He's all over him again. I don't know how he's recovered so well since that incident so many laps ago in turn 1. He goes down the inside and he gets that move done very well.
But Duck
no,
looking for it, and they're still side by side. Duck gets the better exit. It's inviting Kvyat around the outside here. And Weblu losing out 2 positions there.
Very well done by Kvyat to take advantage there. But, then Duck. 2 wheels there. You hate to see that.
Jumping over the curb! Oh no!
Oh man.
Massive crash.
They have kept it all in a straight line though. Thankfully. But more just incidents. Not what you want to be seeing.
I think there we avoided another virtual safety car just about. But again, more incidents going over as a result of this close racing. And speaking of close racing, I think we're about to see that through Kvyat and Weblu, which should be a very interesting battle. And the gap now between Maxi and James seems to have increased just that little bit further. So we gotta wonder, are they nursing their tyres to the end now to try and get the maximum amount of grip at the end of the race?
Well, it has come down by 3 tenths actually. To be honest, I'd expect James to be catching up a little bit faster considering his pace, but maybe just biding his time here. Like you say, he has the hard tyres, so the tyre life will come to him at the end. see
Got
Weblu.
be treated these tires.
Weblu and Kvyat still side by side. These two have had some history at Silverstone. And Weblu's going to be looking for a move at the inside here as Kvyat tries to squeeze him. I think Weblu's just going to get ahead here. Yeah, he does, but Kvyat gets the switchback. What a move.
What
as
a
we see
move.
Epic Lexa going wide ahead. Both of them are going to clear him. Kvyat, who's been oh, but he goes wide, and that's going to be the position back for Weblu then. As Kvyat's going to get that slowdown on the outside there. Goes wide again. Scruffy for Kvyat.
Just as we were singing his praises, absolutely amazing move there. But this is why he's in the AM class. You know, you have to have that consistency after the move, and just couldn't have it there, and gave the position right back.
Yeah, Weblu's going to want to be getting away here, but I don't think Kvyat's going to let him. Got a bit of a mix of pro and ams here. Weblu begging Kvyat to work together with him, but Kvyat's having none of it. Well, oh, he does back out, so smart thing to do there. I think these drivers are going to be focused on catching up to the top two now.
We'll see just how possible this is. I've noticed through this race, at least particularly here at Monza, the Constantino effect is so large. As you go into the corner side by side, you're not gaining much time. You're actually losing significantly, which is why we've seen these gaps opening so much from the leading pack and those who are battling in the back. So be interesting to see if by their working together, just how much time they can gain with slipstream and other factors.
And here James well into the slipstream of Maxi, who makes a mistake through turn 1. So James, with the hard tyres, I think this is about to turn into a battle for P1 here.
It's going to be
Maxi
very interesting.
wide again. James going to look for the cutback, going to give him the inside for Lesmo 1. Could see the move done here. And
It looks like he's got it done.
Ooh, goes a bit wide. Maxi going to be thinking about a send here. Not quite alongside. Does have to back out.
Great racing there from James and Maxi. Very respectful, but very tight as well. And see into the Ascari. Maxi with a lot of slipstream here as he heads down into the corner. Will he go for the overtake?
He's thinking about it.
Yeah.
But not quite.
Yeah, not much space there. It's not much of a braking zone here for these cars around Ascari, so no surprise there that he's just bided his time, and he'll be waiting for this opportunity into turn 1, I would imagine.
I mean, he's going to have to try and stick with James here. Like I said, James on the hards, Maxi on the mediums. James is going to have the tyres coming to him at the end here. So Maxi's going to have to try and stick with him, slow him down. And so far, he's managing to do that.
James definitely with the grip advantage, but man, they're so close.
Maxi,
absolutely, and Maxi
inside.
Just doing his best to throw off James Rigby here. Now switches to the outside. Will that work for him? James Rigby just has that overall inside line. Goes a little bit deep at the exit of turn 2 there, but overall the gap has been maintained. But we'll see once we head into Curva Grande.
Here we go again, another overtaking opportunity. Maxi not looking like he's just trying to create a gap. He looks like he wants to go for the win, and he sends it down. Oh, but he's not giving him much room.
Move there. I think Maxi's going to have to give the position back for that one.
It's ridiculous, man.
Max chooses to stay in front.
Yeah, chooses to stay in front. I'd say risking getting a penalty there. It's James hopping over the curb.
See what the stewards do about it. It looks like he's not going to have an option here. James is absolutely roaring past him. They head now into Ascari. Drivers are communicating, and he does seem to give, or at least to concede this time. So.
And I think who's that behind them? I think that's Epic Lexa, who's broken away. Oh no, not Epic Lexa. Could be Weblu. Yeah, no, not Weblu either. Who is that? Techno? Sure, I saw one of the Ferraris behind these top two. I'm not sure who that is.
Neon.
Oh yeah, Neon.
Yeah, we got Neon in the AM class.
Neon and Weblu breaking away from that midfield pack. Gonna be looking to catch up to the top two here. They've got 5 laps to do it, so it's definitely possible, but they're gonna have to definitely work together and hope that James and Maxi are fighting here, which they are, as James defends hard on the inside.
Gap down now. 5 seconds the last lap, 4 seconds this lap. These leaders have been battling, pushing each other so hard. They've been losing time. They may bring others into their fight as, once again, James and Maxi side by side through turn one now as they head into Variante Alta.
Carver Grande, I believe. And yeah, side by side into the Della Roger. James still there, sweeps ahead but goes wide.
Ooh.
I think that one was fair this time. Maxi getting the position, and all the time they're just losing time. Oh, James has a
James is
spin!
Oh!
James has a spin! And that could be it. That could be the race deciding moment there. Maxi pulling off now. Neon and Weblu gonna be licking their chops at the sight of a P2 finish here potentially.
4 laps remaining, 4 laps for James to get back in it. He definitely has the pace. We've seen him all day. He's been absolutely pushing and creating gaps at the lead of the pack, but now he's under even more pressure. Not only does he have to catch Maxi, but he's got to pass him. And we've seen that that's not an easy task to do today. Maxi absolutely stout in his defending, very stubborn driving from him today, but James, we'll see who has the superior pace today.
Absolutely.
I think
We have a
people-
car a minute and 34 seconds behind. That's interesting.
President Obama not adapting to GT3 life so well, man. Oh no.
We'll see what the gap is.
Which is a
2.7
bit of a
seconds.
shame.
So he's going to have to claw back a second a lap here. It's possible. But, getting the gap down is one thing. He's also going to have to make the overtake. And we've seen Maxi. He's a very aggressive driver when he needs to be. We'll try and look further back for any battles happening. Neon behind James, followed by Weblu. We've got Epic, Lexa, and all these drivers sort of spacing out a bit,
And unfortunately for the leaders, it looks like Obama needs to be lapped fairly quickly, who's on the gravel, so wide even. Let's hope he doesn't terrorise the race of Maxi as he gets a little bit too close to comfort there.
No
And
blue
yes, he will
flags
have to
here
be
in
lapped.
GT World Challenge. So, I mean, he can technically do what he wants, but you'd hope he'd be getting out of the way here for these leaders. Especially for his own
Absolutely.
teammate, James.
I think his tyres are dead as well. I think he's one of the only ones not to have to have pitted earlier, but
Got
you'd hope.
Neon. Neon has made his way onto the back of James. So
He's all
Neon
over the back.
forcing James to defend. This is bad news for James. He really needs to be getting his foot down now to catch up to Maxi as the back marker goes spearing off into the gravel.
Yeah, not great news. And he's on the track, almost a calamity there for Epic and Webb, who nearly hit the back marker of Obama. But right now, the sole focus is Neon and James currently working together to try and salvage the gap a bit and maybe surge into the lead ahead of Maxi.
Yes, we'll go on board with Neon.
2.4 seconds, but that bump draft looked very effective there as they were heading into turn one, but Neon's lost a lot of time there on the exit.
Yeah, Neon just fucked up turn one. Not ideal for Neon. I mean, still gonna be a podium on debut, you would imagine, unless Weblu can do something. Ooh, James goes wide. Neon's gonna get back past him here, so this is looking good for Maxi for his first win. Try go with James here,
Nice.
following him through Lesmo too.
And absolutely, he needs to get this done. If he wants to salvage points in the championship, he's got to get past Leon. And in this few laps that we have remaining, could he try and make a last gasp attempt for Maxi? But you think at the moment that the gap is not diminishing anytime soon. And looks like Maxi will be our second ever winner in VCL history.
Yeah, and he's bump drafting, James bump drafting Neon here. Neon goes a little bit wide, but it's going to give him a nice exit as we see the sun starting to come down here and the lights come on. We're going to be racing into the sunset.
Beautiful, beautiful sunset here. The bump draft seems to be very effective here. But the two drivers, it just doesn't look like they're going to gain enough time here to really make a serious challenge on Maxi. They'll be praying for a mistake from him, like going deep into turn one, like it just looked like he did. But other than that, it'll be processionary until the checkered flag.
Yeah, hopefully.
Just want to currently focus on the battle
Ooh.
for, I think, P5 with
Comes
Epic
off.
and Webblue. Neon goes a bit wide.
Saves it.
Unideal for him.
We'll go with Webblue then. Nose to
Currently a
tail with
battle
Epic
for
Lexa, yeah.
the top 5, and Epic seems to be almighty at defending, so Webblue just trying to make him break at any point in time, trying to make him go to that wider line instead of the inside line.
Ooh, Epic.
And
Skipping
currently
over the car,
he
but
hits the inside line
Webblue!
a bit too
Ooh.
much.
Webblue. Very close to the wall there. Thankfully keeps it out. We'll go back with James here, still right behind Neon, and I think they have they've reeled in Maxi a lot here, so Maxi must have made a mistake.
Yeah, I think he made a mistake leaving the De La Roggia chicane and around the Lesmos because they gained so much time on him there. And it looks like we will have an absolute showdown here. Maxi will have to push everything until the line here as we go to the final lap around Monza.
Final lap in the sunset, sorry. Gonna be in his slipstream coming up to turn 1. So we thought Maxi got the job done, but makes a mistake, just not quite got the composure, and now we've got a three-way fight for the lead on the last lap here. Maxi not defending just yet, playing his card smart as Neon goes wide. That might be
goes
Neon.
wide and James.
Ooh, James does edge ahead, I think. But Neon there, a massive mistake.
Going around the curve
another
around,
back
it looks like they
marker,
have some slow traffic. Oh my God, please do not ruin this race. Maxi and James side by side as they go into the Del Roger chicane. James needs to have the advantage. Did he get a slowdown there? I don't think so, and James...
Both drivers get the slowdown, I believe. James is going to be clinging on for this win now. As the back marker still hasn't gotten out the way, he's going to be protecting James a little bit with the slipstream. Ooh, Maxi goes wide!
Oh no!
And this could be it for James now. Both BMWs going wide behind him. James, who at one point thought he was just going to have to be fighting for a P2, now up to P1 with a good gap, but does have the back marker in front of him.
Gotta get out of the way, man. This is what is this? He is blatantly blocking our race lead for now.
Supposed to.
Ooh.
Oh my God.
Chaos.
Oh, what is going on there?
Disobeys.
Oh, you gotta say he
fights out the
entirely
hard way.
deserved that there. You've got to be honest.
A tactical defense, and surely the stewards are gonna have to give this guy a race ban, because what was that? But James, an absolutely clinical drive here.
Yeah, James
He did
gets the job
absolute-
done. Maxi following Neon behind him, but as we look further back, I think it's going to be a race to the line between Webblue and Epic Lexa. Epic Lexa just stays ahead, so yeah, James. Oh, Epic Lexa gets the move on the line. Incredible.
Right.
What a race.
Thousands
What a
of
result.
seconds.
Look to Kvyat, comes across the line. We've got Floppy and one of the BMWs. I think that is. I think that's it.
What a race. Absolutely clinical drive from James. We knew he had the pace. It just didn't seem likely in the final portion, the final 2 laps, but he and Neon, absolute masterclass strategy, taking the lead from Maxi, who quite literally bottled this race. I mean, I believe he was leading the final lap, and now he's fallen to P3, but an amazing drive by James and a well-deserved win.
And we have the last car, President Obama, about to cross the line here.
Big cheers for Obama, man.
Comes across. We'll
Yep,
see,
a hero's
a
welcome.
minute behind.
Crosses the line.
We'll try and get the
Not a result
podium here.
he would want to be proud of, to be very clear. But hey, he made it. But yeah, very clinical race from James Rigby there. We knew he had the pace to win, and he's gone and proven exactly that.
Can we get driver interviews?
I think we'll do the podium.
Tell you what, we haven't really done race radio a lot.
Oh yeah, too busy commentating the battles.
To be fair, it was an eventful race and a lot of drivers, a lot of surprise names like Neon there, finishing under a second behind the leader James Rigby there. So a brilliant debut from Neon there, and you gotta wonder if that warrants enough for a pro class promotion, perhaps.
Yeah, as you see the amateur podium here, some of these are reserve drivers coming in last minute, so unfortunately don't have their flag or anything stored in the system, but nonetheless an impressive debut for Neon, who is at one point challenging for the win. And we'll get the pro drivers up here now. I think Neon also, I forgot he was also P2 in overall.
But yeah, very good from James Rigby. Yet another performance worthy of his name. Led most of the race. Had some amazing battles in between.
So a well-deserved and very entertaining Monza win for James. Very disappointing for Maxi to have lost his lead and really his win there at the end. Neon doing absolutely amazing there in the AM car to come home in a P2. Epic Lexer getting Weblu just on the line there for P4 and 5. And in P6 we have Pig, Fiat, Techno, who recovered very well to make a P8. I don't know who this name is, but it says the, and then in P10, Lewis Hamilton brings home your top 10 here at Monza.
Yes, I believe that is Dev in P9 actually, who had been struggling with lag all weekend long, and you know, quite a reasonable result for him despite all the problems, and with Techno as well finishing just above Dev in P8.
Try
Lag
to get a interview here.
proved to be a major issue.
Try to get an interview with
Yeah,
James.
let's try and get an interview.
Take an interview with pretty much anyone, to be honest.
See if we're successful.
Looks like Duck has his hand raised there. Vision with some very interesting driving standards.
I think almost everyone had pretty much interesting driving standards. Especially when
Here we
bunched
go,
up with the other pack.
Oh.
Yeah, the race leader, bro. Talk us,
Huh?
go on, talk us through
He's-
your race. Talk us through your race.
It was okay. I got really lucky with the VSC because then I had the right strat, I had the right tires. Obviously, it worked because we caught up to Maxi, me and Neon at the end, so that worked. And obviously, I got past. Right place, right time. That's why I won.
Thoughts on the Lando Norris style bottle by Just Maxi?
I don't blame you, bro. His tires were probably cooked, like. So.
That's a fair point. Very fair point. James, how are you feeling there with the steward's decision to let the race go green there on the main straight? I mean, the track seemed clear. Could have went green on the what was it? The run into Parabolica, but how are you feeling? Were you nervous on that restart?
No, I was just really confused why we waited. I thought we were just gonna like at a random point at the start finish, but like obviously we waited to the line twice. So for this, it helped me for the second restart because I knew exactly where we were gonna restart, and obviously I jumped Neon at the start because I knew where we were going. But I think obviously like it bunched everyone up quite a lot because obviously there's less run down to turn one, so obviously a bit probably caused a bit of chaos behind. I don't know what happened, but maybe it did, maybe it didn't.
Yeah, it was very, very balanced, but great race from you and absolutely amazing racing. Congratulations for the win.
Thank you.
We'll try get let's get Epic Alexa up here. Why not?
Oh god.
That could end well.
Hello.
Epic Alexa, thoughts on that race?
I don't know. It was pretty chaotic, to say the least.
Okay, as we listen to about the
I was-
worst mic quality I've ever heard.
Okay, listen. Okay.
That is,
I
that
can't
is
understand
not
what you're
better.
saying.
What is this?
Okay, there we go.
What's
There we
better?
go. There we
Oh.
go.
It's fine. It's fine. Listen. Okay.
Alright, go on.
So it was a pretty difficult race, to say the least. I had a pretty good start. Got up to P3 after turn 2, and then I died multiple times. But to say the least, getting P4 out of everything that happened, I think I'm pretty happy with
Mm,
uh,
Definitely a
taking
result
the
to be proud of
circumstances.
there for you. And how do you feel about the moves that you made today? We saw that you made some pretty audacious overtakes that got you to positions that really great moving there. So yeah, tell us about your surge up the field.
Which ones are you talking about? There's a lot of them.
All of them.
There's
Yeah,
a-
all of
I
them, if you
was okay. I don't really remember all of them, but I was trying to just carve through the field as much as I could because I dropped down to last like 3 times in that race. So I had to do something.
That's what I was gonna ask you about. What were your take on some of these incidents? I mean, we saw a
Yeah.
few of the big ones, and I noticed that through really all of them, actually almost every single virtual safety car, except for the one where I think Warlock was flipped, you were involved, Epic. So what's your take on?
So the first one was in Ascari, if I'm not mistaken, and
Yeah.
I wasn't really involved. I was just collected in some sort. I
Did you
saw
see
them, they were
what
going like
what
they were
happened?
going like 4 wide into Ascari, which is already not a great idea. And then I don't even know what happened. Oh no, I remember. It was Weblu. He fully turned on Warlock or something, and there was just a huge pileup at the exit of Ascari. I remember that.
Yeah,
I
very
was right
very.
behind. I was right behind Weblu when it happened. He just fully turned on Slaggers. I mean, nah, Warlock, and it was a pretty big incident.
Yeah. And while we're on the topic of Slaggers, do we know exactly what was going on with him? I mean, I'm not sure if you reported or anything, but what was the
I know. I don't know, man.
yeah.
I don't think I want to comment on that.
Right, sworn to secrecy. Okay, so we know he was at least a little bit involved.
No, I don't
Stewards.
know. I don't know anything. I genuinely don't know anything.
Alright, thank you very much. We're gonna get our resident bottler up onto the stage now, Joss Maxi. Maybe get a few words from him.
I'm done. That's
Got any
Max.
explanation for what happened at the end there?
apart from my mediums being completely dead, being 54%, mm, being pissed off at Slagos, he gave James the slipstream, so which it did help him a lot. And then
Great.
I couldn't do anything regarding Epic. Was it Epic? Yeah, Epic. He had much better tires than me, much better tire wear, so
So
then I
just
couldn't do much.
tire wear making a difference there.
Yes.
It was very interesting because you had such a gap there. But I really want to ask you about some of these moves. It seems, I mean, there's one thing to be a determined driver, but do you think any of your moves could be considered a little bit dirty?
Depends on which ones you're pointing out. I
I
can tell
think
you if I knew which ones.
there's a few interesting moves. I think your last battle with James into the Delarogia chicane, if I'm not mistaken.
I I felt like I know one move that I did that we did go side by side. I did push him out a bit, but then I slowed down to wait for him, just to not miss, just not get like an advantage on him.
Right.
So I slowed down to wait for him.
Alright, thank you
If
very
that's
much.
what you're talking about.
We're gonna try get Mr. President Obama on the stage here. If he accepts the invite.
He does.
We got any
President!
thoughts? Any thoughts on that race?
Yeah, I think it went quite smoothly.
Yeah, a minute behind. I would describe that as smooth.
No, 1 lap in a minute.
Oh, 1 lap in a minute. My mistake. Sorry.
How did you take in the atmosphere when you crossed the line? A lot of people were cheering on for you when you got that last place. Tell us, how did you feel with the atmosphere?
Yeah, I was quite happy with myself. Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Brilliant.
Thank you, Mr. President. We're gonna get on. We've had our resident bottler. We've had President Obama. We're now gonna get on to the terrorist himself, Kvyat.
Yeah.
Yo, man.
Kvyat,
This
do you have an explanation for some of those moves there? What was going through your head when you were making some of them?
Living up
First
to the
off,
name.
Calvo fucking great is are terrorists on track. No doubt. First Corvettes, now Mustangs. Like, bro, some people don't deserve that fucking rank of fucking pro.
Okay.
I won't
so
mention who.
we got some anger being vented there. We'll try and
Oh,
bring
man.
it-
Apologize for
proper-
any
proper
language you
headlocks.
may have heard.
I'm sorry. Sorry to any kids out there. Listen, bro. These guys, they're under a lot of pressure, So
Yeah, the pressure.
Don't
You
be like
genuine
him.
The pressure of
forcing.
Roblox racing.
yeah, bro.
Gets,
Those
I
the
know, right?
WASD, bro. It's no joke, man.
Alright, I think I'm gonna call it there.